This video is about what sold in the category of brass and metal. And yes, I have a drawer pull here. Do you sell drawer pulls? Do you sell brass? Do you sell metal items? When you're outsourcing for things to resell, do you think in terms of brass or glass or pottery like I do? Because that's what I do. That's what I do. I often look for home decor items that aren't just pretty to display. Sometimes they're functional too. A little basket would be cute for Easter. Or you need a vintage drawer pull for furniture that you're refurbishing or something new that you're making, but you want some old-fashioned hardware. I've sold hardware several times now. So you're in a hurry. Well, you better calm down. If you're new to our channel, I'm Vicki, and my husband Mark and I resell on eBay and other platforms. And this video is about what sold, how I packed it, and some eBay BOLOs. Yes, I'm including some eBay BOLOs. And I have to tell you, I was really surprised by some of the BOLOs that I found as I was making this video. I had the sale, how I packed it, and then eBay BOLOs after that. So I've mixed them in here and there. And sometimes when I can, I go back and show you some video of where I found the item that we sold. This is a new style of video that I'm adding this year where I separate our sales into brass or glass or pottery or some other very specific category, because I think there's a lot to be learned when you focus in on a very specific category. So I hope you enjoy this video about brass and metal. You ready? Let's get started. First up, hardware. We're at a garage sale and I found these brass poles, $3, and these, 6 of them in a bag, and these, they have wear. These I'm not too excited about, but I think I'm going to see about making a deal on those. Is there money in vintage drawer pulls? Well, yes, there can be, even if they're not in great condition. I picked up 2 lots of 6, paid $3 for each lot, so I got $6 invested in these 12 drawer pulls. Now, Mark did go ahead and add some new screws to go with them. So what did they sell for? First of all, my title says Rare Mid-Century Modern Vintage Brass Drawer Pulls. Regency fan is the style. 3-inch CTC. What does that mean? That means from hole to hole, there's 3 inches in between. So it's a 3-inch CTC center to center. And I added the words as is in the description. So I had a listing with quantity of 2. One lot sold for $22.46. The second lot, they got a discount. It was a listing with volume pricing, but together it came to $44.92 plus ship. You do see the discount there is $6.74. The buyer paid $56.12 total for 12 vintage drawer pulls. So yes, there can be money in vintage drawer pulls. I love picking these up. It might take a little longer to sell them, but they do eventually sell. Pack these, I'm going to wrap each one separately in some packing paper, but not one of these large sheets. I'm going to have to cut this into smaller pieces. In fact, I'm going to need a couple of them. As much as I'd like to get 3 out of each, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be enough to wrap these large, so I'm going to go with cutting it down into 2 now. I know they're not in perfect shape, but I still want them to be presentable upon arrival. What do you know? I cut exactly how many I needed. What do you know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't want these to get lost in there, so I'm going to at least put my thank you labels on here. We bought 2 lots, so I'm going to give them 2 thank you labels. And I think I'll reuse the bags they were stored in. I did take the label off that showed the price that I paid. It's not the greatest looking bag, but I'm going to put 6 in each bag. 1 bag of screws on top. Now, what size box do I need? About 6 inches by 8. You know what? These are going to be very heavy. I'm thinking I had planned to put these in a padded flat rate envelope, but they did pay for Ground Advantage, so I'll grab a box. They're actually just under 5 inches, so I grabbed this box that's about almost 15 by 7 by 5. I'm going to start with 2 sheets of bubble wrap, large 1/2 inch bubble wrap. I do need to fill in the sides. The hardware is already heavy enough, so I don't want it to get too heavy by adding more paper. I can add some air pillows. But you know what? I just remembered I have some Amazon air pillows I could recycle. Still not enough. So I'll put 2 of mine on each end. Mine meaning the air pillows that I make. I think that's pretty good. Let's give it the shake test. It's good. In the mail it goes. Let's take a look at eBay sold comps for hardware. Not necessarily brass, but brass or metal hardware. I found a recipe box and it was so stinking cute. I almost kept it. Looks like I'm going for vintage today. Here's the old recipe box. Oh, that's cute. 10 cents. Oh, yeah. This is so cute, it's hard to part with it. First of all, it's a recipe box, and it's red, which I love. And it's new old stock. Has some index cards and some Christmas recipe cards and labels. That's exactly how I found it. I think it's cute as can be. It's made by Ohio Art Company. Made in USA. What do you know? Made in USA. Paid 10 cents for it. Really did. 10 cents at a church sale. And it sold on sale for $23.96. I'm going to put some stretch wrap on it so it doesn't accidentally pop open. And I guess to protect the finish, I'll go both directions. I'm going to use an 8 by 6 by 4 box. Got a sheet of small bubble wrap, hoping I can fit it up over it. Yeah, that works. I think I'm going to lay it flat in the box. 1 sheet of large 1/2 inch on the diagonal, thank you label, and cover it up with 1 sheet of large 1/2 inch. Oh, that's the contents shaking inside. I didn't think about that. Nothing I can do about that now without opening everything back up again. Wait till you see these eBay sold comps. These BOLOs, because I sorted highest to lowest. Wait till you see the recipe boxes that have sold. Many of them complete with recipes. Mark found this next item in a thrift store in Greenville, Tennessee. He's good at finding things. This one is the Locust Springs thrift store, if it's open. Sign says they're open till 5. We weren't sure if it was open or not. Wait, Saturday 10 to 5. Okay, 10 to 5. What did you find, Mark?
A pair of brass sconces. They look to be in pretty good condition.
They went $3?
$3 for the pair.
Okay, we'll do those. Good find. These brass wall sconces are going to need a box. So the first thing I'm going to do is get an idea of what size box I need, because I don't need to put a lot of packing material with them. They are right at 10 inches and depending on how much packing material, about 10 by 6. If you like this video, well, like it and be sure to comment because we love reading your comments. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe. Although most of the time I pull the box after I've wrapped it. In this case, I pulled the box first. This is an eBay box. That's approximately 15 by 7 by 5. And I have some paperwork that was on the back that tells about safety information, so it's just stuck to the top here. Now I can see that's not going to reach all the way. Let's take another sheet, another square of large 1/2 inch, square being 12 by 12 approximately. Actually, they're more like, 11 and a half by 11 and a half, but that's just the way it is. Oops, that got caught. So put this half across the top. Okay, a little bundle. I have some air pillows in the bottom of my box. I'm planning on getting 2 of these in here. So let's do the same thing here with a 1/2 sheet across the top. And then tightening up the bubble wrap around it. My tape just twisted on me. Or should I say I twisted the tape. Can I do this? Can I fit both of these in here? I turn them opposite directions. Yes, I can. I have the back of the sconces facing the outside of the box. Hopefully they don't take any serious impact. See if I can get 2 air pillows here and see if I can get any here. This end, 2 air pillows. Some more bubble wrap on top. Shake test works. Catch what I forgot? The thank you note. That was easy. Love it when it's easy. So what can we learn from eBay sold comps for brass and metal wall sconces? This might be a simple sale, but we'll take them all these days, simple or not. And this item sold in our Avante-Avenue store, our other eBay store. When we were going through our old stash, our personal stash, I found these cake molds, jello molds, and I labeled it 18 count, which I'm glad I did, so I didn't have to recount it because I have a lot of these in a box in the garage, a lot of different styles and patterns. So 18 count vintage mini aluminum small cake jello pan. I really don't have a price tied to it, but probably $1. And it sold on sale for $16.96 plus ship. And I have a small box that's 8 by 6 by 4. And I'm just going to get this assembled. These don't need a whole lot. A little bit of bubble wrap. It needs a little more bubble. And I'll put this 1/2 sheet that I have left over from something else on top after I put the thank you label. Oh, this is an Avante-Avenue sale, so I need the Avante-Avenue label. All right, it's good. So what else can we learn from eBay sold comps for vintage jello molds? Christmas can sell all year long. I love that because I love finding and reselling Christmas items. Like this next one. 2 brass Christmas horns sold. They're candle holders, and they sold on sale for $14.96 plus ship. I have these 2 horns, these brass bugle Christmas candle holders. I had them stored together like that, but I'm not going to ship them in the same bag. See, candle holder. Pretty tall. They're just about 8 inches. Need to wrap them individually. They're not breakable, but still I need to be careful. I'm going to just put some small bubble for now, because I don't want to get too big on the box, because then it'll take a lot of packing material to fill it up. So trying to stay a little bit tight on the packing. I couldn't do that if they were glass. Adding a little more tape here to conform to the shape. Okay, now if I do this and reverse them, I can get them in a fairly small box, but my 8-inch box isn't going to work because they're just slightly over 8 inches. Although I have brand new boxes in the garage that are 12 by 6 by 6, this is one that I'm recycling. I just got done removing the shipping label. And I just want to tell you a little story here. I picked this box up outside of a doctor's office. Yes, outside, with a stack of boxes to be thrown away. I picked up, I don't know, 3 or 4 of them. We brought them home, and 4 air pillows. We found a packing slip taped to the outside that exposed the doctor's home address and the last 4 numbers of their credit card. So I had the doctor's home address. Yeah, that was kind of weird. And of course we shredded it. But be very careful if you're ever throwing out boxes that you don't leave packing slips and or any personal information on the box. I've got 2 sheets of large 1/2-inch bubble wrap here. And you know, we make our own air pillows now, so 2 on this end, 2 on that end. Oh, got to turn them the other way because I have 4 air pillows in the bottom. Tuck this around, and I don't know if I need, I guess 3. Should do the trick. If I was shipping glass, I wouldn't be using a recycled box, but it's brass, and I think it will be fine. Uh-oh, running out of tape. I've been trying to use these 2 up so I can refill both of them. I guess there's just a little bit of label there, but you can't really read anything. But always check the box over just to make sure there's no other labels. Oh, and always add fresh tape to the bottom. Always. It's already been through the system once. It's already been tossed and tumbled and thrown. Do that, and then I always add tape on the side seam. Always on the side seam. Looks good to me. Recycled a box. Woohoo! You know, got a box out of the garage. I don't bring home a lot of boxes, but I bring home some. Going to Arizona. It's good. eBay sold comps on this one were pretty moderate, and as I said, I did sort from highest to lowest. Would I buy these again to resell? If the price is right. This next item actually covers 2 categories, wood and metal. Obviously, I put it in this one. And I wonder how many of you will remember Elsie the cow. We finally sold Elsie. Can you see Elsie the cow in this stamp, wood and metal stamp? Had it listed for quite a while. In fact, since 2020, sold on offer for $12 plus ship. It's such a small item that it could get lost in the package. I have a piece of scrap cardboard, and I'm going to stretch wrap the stamp to it. At least that's my plan. So that will stay in the middle, like so. It's not going to go anywhere. Add some bubble wrap, small bubble wrap. My tape's pressed down. I have a small padded envelope, which I will attempt to add 1 air pillow to the side. That's not going to work. Well, I'm going to turn it, put the air pillow at the end. Just trying to create a flat surface for the shipping label. When it came to looking up the eBay sold comps for this one, I didn't just search, metal and wood stamps. No, I searched Elsie. And I was truly surprised as to what I found in collectible items that sold for really good prices for Elsie. Elsie the cow. Mark's mom's name was Elsie, and she didn't like it, so she went by her middle name. I think having a cow named after you kind of ruined her name for her birth name. This hammered copper planter, well, it wasn't that big, but it was pretty good size. Not only was it a pretty good size, it sold for a pretty good price. This large hammered copper planter sold. It's got a little foot on the bottom. I paid $4.99. This had that in it. I don't want the flowers. But I do want this. $4.99. Sold for full asking price of $59.95 plus ship. You've heard me complain before about these eBay boxes that are 12 by 12 by 12 that have these creases in them. This is one time where I'm going to take advantage of it. I've cut down the corners to this. They have a crease here and a crease here, and I'm going to fold it on this one here. So like I said, I've already cut down the corners. But what I don't like is when this crushes because of these lines, when I don't want it to crush. With this being copper, I don't have to worry about it too much. In fact, this is a good time to use up some paper. Trying to decide if I'm going to put it upside down or upright. I think I can just nest it in here and fill in around with some paper or air pillows. Just go with air pillows. If you don't know, we make our own air pillows now. We have an air pillow machine. So I can afford to be a little bit generous with it. Now, I really don't want to fill this whole thing in with paper, but I am going to put something on top here, such as some cardboard. That should work, and I'll put the thank you label on the cardboard, so hopefully they see that. And then I think I can just finish off with a couple sheets of bubble wrap. Now, do I need all this weight of this cardboard in here? Probably not, but I'm going to go weigh it and see if I need to reduce the weight at all. If I don't have to reduce the weight, I'm just going with it, with the cardboard as it is, instead of trimming these back. I estimated 4 pounds and it only weighs 2.55 pounds, so I'm good. I'm not going to cut the flaps down. I'll just tape it up. And I remeasured the box, and it's 12 by 12 by 9, so under 3 pounds, and we're good. Yeah, let's get it in the mail. Let's jump over to eBay and see what's sold for copper, or at the very least, metal planters. Another planter, a smaller brass planter, well, it was smaller and it sold for, to be expected, a smaller or lower price. Sold a brass planter. I paid 50 cents for it at a church rummage sale, and it sold on offer for $18 plus ship. An easy item to pack, and so I'm going to pack it in 8 by 8 by 8. My boxes are always 32 edge crush test boxes, meaning the perimeter of the box, the corners, the sides can withstand 32 pounds of crush. Hopefully though, it doesn't crush. Let's see if we can find something comparable for eBay sold comps. Do you sell brass and metal items? Be sure to leave a comment and let us know either way. And if you have sold something recently that's brass or metal, why not share it with us? Tell us what it was, how much you paid for it, and how much it sold for. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe because the next video is probably going to be about glass or ceramic or something like that. Thanks for watching. I'm Vicki with Avante Avenue, and Mark and I will see you soon.